everyone, it's Jack from Cultaholic.com, back again with another explosive news update from the world of wrestling. We have unfortunate news of a major player in the world of wrestling who has reportedly sustained a severe injury. Elsewhere, we have news of Chris Jericho's return to New Japan Pro Wrestling and the particular date of when that will be, and potentially even his opponent as well. And finally, Liv Morgan has given an update regarding her controversial situation recently where she was unfortunately and accidentally concussed by Brie Bella on Monday Night Raw, and what this means for her role at Super Showdown tomorrow British time in Melbourne, Australia. So without any further ado, let's crack on with it and let's get into all of the news. First, let's start off with the sad news of that rumoured injury, which is apparently an injury to the current reigning and defending WWE United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne, who is on a bit of a roll recently actually. He had a wonderful match at Wembley last Sunday against Ilya Dragunov in Progress's historic and landmark Wembley show. Also, I believe he's eclipsed 500 days now as United Kingdom champion, so it was all looking good for Pete Dunne, but if this story is to be true, then it may be a little bit of a downturn in his fortunes. This news comes courtesy of a promotion in Canada called Destiny Wrestling, in which Pete Dunne is their main champion, and apparently, according to an official statement by the promotion, he is on the receiving end of a severe injury. Now, this hasn't been reported anywhere else, everyone has just kind of reported on the story itself, but apparently, according to Destiny Wrestling, WWE will comment and indeed confirm this in the next few days. Once again, this is all straight from the horse's mouth. This is just from Destiny Wrestling themselves, but if it is true, then we don't know the length of the injury or the nature of it or how long it will take Pete Dunne to recover from it, but hopefully it isn't true given the role he was on, and if it is true, obviously we'd like to wish Pete Dunne a speedy recovery because he's really been on a roll recently and it would be a shame to see his momentum slowed for any reason. Pete Dunne therefore couldn't wrestle at Destiny Wrestling shows, but he was replaced by Low-Ki, so both angry men, both very serious, swings and roundabouts really. Now some news on Chris Jericho, who since winning the Intercontinental Championship from Tetsuya Naito in New Japan Pro Wrestling hasn't wrestled for the promotion. He's obviously been very busy with his band Fozzy, but according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, there is a rumoured return date and opponent for Chris Jericho in New Japan. That date is supposedly November 3rd, which is the same date as New Japan's Power Struggle event, and his rumoured opponent is a member of Naito's LIJ faction, Evil. Now, there were rumours that Jericho was going to return in a few days' time at New Japan's King of Pro Wrestling event this weekend, but those turned out to be false because Evil actually has an opponent for the event, and that man is Zack Sabre Jr. That doesn't mean that, Jericho won't make a shock appearance, as he often does at these sort of events, but I think we can be pretty certain that he won't quite be competing. Then again, Tetsuya Naito has been teasing a new member of the LIJ faction, and if there was some sort of bizarre "oh, he beat me up so he won my respect" storyline with Jericho, and Jericho was actually unveiled as the new member of LIJ, well, that would be a huge development in the world of wrestling, and not one really beyond the realms of possibility given Jericho's fondness for shocking audiences time and time again, even into these late stages of his career. However, other members have been theorized in terms of this new mystery man for Los Ingobernables de Japón, including Pentagon Jr., Dragon Lee, a rival of the injured member Hiromu Takahashi, which would be a similar sort of respect gained scenario, I guess, because they've been old rivals. It was actually in a match with Dragon Lee that Takahashi sustained that injury, but Jericho is not out of the question, I'd suggest. I'm not entirely certain where they're going to go with this, but we should have an answer before too long. And finally, after sustaining a concussion on a previous edition of Monday Night Raw in that match against Brie Bella, where Brie Bella sort of inadvertently knocked her out in the middle of the ring, Liv Morgan has spoken on her condition and the reason that she is able to compete at this weekend's Super Showdown event in Melbourne, Australia. Speaking to the Mirror newspaper, Liv Morgan said, "I'm 100% cleared by the WWE doctors. They took great care of me. They have a very extensive concussion protocol, which we followed 100%, and luckily I'm feeling fantastic and we are ready to win." So it looks as though she's all geared up for that match alongside the other members of the Riot Squad against Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins this weekend. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this quick news update regarding Pete Dunne's speedy recovery if he is indeed injured, Chris Jericho, and Liv Morgan, who looks raring to go for Australia. Thanks once again for watching. I've been Jack from Cultaholic.com. You can follow me if you want on Twitter at JackTheJobber. You can follow all of us at Cultaholic. And if you haven't already, please do check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And never forget, obviously, of course, to hit that subscribe button and to join us.